Welcome back to Sax V2. This is our more laid-back channel where we get a closer look behind the scenes and things might be a little bit more fun here. Don't tell Jim I said that. So behind the camera, I've got none other than Mr. Matthew, the Tone King Racine. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Today, not only is he filming, but he's going to be helping me take a closer look at these instruments. Here at the store, we pride ourselves in showcasing some of the most jaw-dropping saxophones you'll see anywhere in the world. But today, we're going to crank it up a notch and show you some of the most exclusive modern saxophones money can buy. Think of it as our saxophone vault, ultra premium, highly confidential, and absolutely top secret. Well, maybe it's not that top secret, it's just an area at the back of the store, but it's still really impressive. Let's go and have a look. Welcome to the secret area of our store where we have some of the most prestigious saxophones money can buy. Not only that, but we've got Mr. Bobby McGee here. Bobby, stop licking your bum and look at the camera.
No.
Oh, poor thing. So this is our head of security. If any of you come back here and try and steal any of our saxophones, you're going to be faced with this guy. Look, he's attacking me. Ah, Bobby, sit down. Not only that, speaking of hairy things, we also have Ollie here, who very carefully packs all your internet orders.
That's the man. Right,
without further ado, let's take a look at these saxophones.
Let's get into it.
Starting with the Kyleworth. Let's get it unboxed. So here we have the case for the very special 100th anniversary Kyleworth SX90R. I'm going to say it, if you're a vegan, you're not going to love this case because there's a lot of leather, but it does look rather spectacular, doesn't it? But more importantly, look at that.
Right.
Wow, isn't that an unveiling, right? I mean, that just looks incredible. And what's this?
Your little golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory there.
And here we have the very, very spectacular limited edition saxophone. I mean, look at that. What a statement.
That is absolutely stunning.
For me, I always think, if you're buying a limited edition saxophone, surely it's got to stand out like this, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, that, to me, looks absolutely spectacular. I love it. It's made from a solid nickel silver construction, exactly like you'll find on the Kyleworth Shadow, and the Kyleworth Shadow has a really big, vibrant, lively sound. Most notably, you've got these angel wing key guards. So this is a nod to the 1950s Kyleworth Tone King. And for me, I just think aesthetically that looks so cool, right?
It looks amazing. It's so unique.
Ebony finger touches.
Very fancy.
Don't know if you can see those properly there. So they're slightly domed as well, so your fingers really settle into those nicely, but it just feels really nice, doesn't it? And
yeah, Kyleworths are they're like a really specific feel. And I think it's really underrated, personally.
And you've also got two necks with the instrument. So you've got the standard SX90R neck here, and then you've also got what Kyleworth are calling their Icon neck, which has got this brace on it. And we think as well they may have done something to the taper or something different to the bore, because it does sound different, doesn't it? What we're finding, it's got a slightly livelier, more vibrant sound. In fact, I actually recorded the video with Jim yesterday on our main YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to that already, I'll put a little link to that there, or here, wherever it's going to be. And yeah, we just found it sort of added an extra sort of oomph to the sound, which you wouldn't really think is possible if you'd heard a Kyleworth Shadow before, right? It's
No, exactly.
Already, you know, a very powerful, big sounding instrument. But this neck, yeah, really did something.
Just
so it'd be interesting.
a bit of je ne sais quoi, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. So it'd be interesting to see if Kyleworth sell this separately, because I don't think they do at the moment. But that could be a really good addition to a Kyleworth Shadow or an SX90R if you've got one already. So yeah, that's really good. It has been getting a bit of grief on the forum boards. I see you, Sax on the Web forum people, giving it all the grief. But I think in real life, this looks even better than the images, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
I just think it looks spectacular.
Yeah.
Our ex-colleague Michael, he texted me to say that he didn't like it either. So you're not alone.
Never trusted that guy. I mean, it's definitely sort of stands out though, doesn't it? So I think some people don't like that kind of thing. But
no. Ollie, you don't like it, do you?
No, I must prefer the Selma, to be honest.
He's a Selma man.
He's a Selma man through and through.
He's wrong, but yeah, he's very wrong. This is nicer. Shh, don't tell Selma I said that. Anyway, let's pop it back. And speaking of the Selma, let's have a look at that. Selma are no stranger to creating limited edition saxophones. Throughout their history, they've had blue Mark 6s, pink Mark 6s, they've had white SA80 saxophones, they've had a Millennium saxophone, they've had the Bird edition saxophones, they've had the 130th anniversary, they've had the Model 2022, and now they've got the 140th anniversary
Hot diggity dog.
Selma Supreme. So let's have a look at this. Oh, well, straight away, you see this beautiful cloth here. I mean, something that Selma know how to do really well nowadays is present the instrument. It wasn't that long ago, Matthew, was it, where we would sell a saxophone in the shop, someone would be spending, you know, £3,000 at the time.
Yep.
And you'd come out with a polystyrene box.
Yep.
And you'd have to tell them that they had to pay £300 or £400 more for the case.
Yeah, not at all embarrassing.
Which, yeah, felt a little bit unreasonable. But nowadays, I mean, they've really sorted it out.
they've
I
got to
mean,
town.
you get this absolutely incredible cloth with the engraving design on it. But I'm sure you want to see the actual instrument itself. Here we go. There it is. Not sure if you can actually see it because it doesn't really tend to pop out too much against the case. But let's get it out and have a look. So the main design inspiration behind this saxophone was Henri Selma's brother had a clarinet study that they apparently recently discovered, and they turned the piece of music into this very elaborate and creative design there. Now, I'll be totally honest with you, the design has been a little bit controversial. Some people absolutely love it and others not so much. What do you think, Matthew? What's your opinion on the design of the engraving?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's very intricate. I don't think, you know, I can see why people would be kind of really into it. It's just a little over the top for me. It's kind of a bit too fiddly. I don't know. I think it's just kind of wiry looking.
It opens up a really interesting conversation in terms of the modern engraving technique that Selma Paris use nowadays. I personally would like it if the limited edition saxophones came with hand engraving. Maybe I'm just stuck in the past and I'm not completely used to these like modern, you know, computer designed engravings, because, you know, you can do things that no hand engraver can do. So I suppose you could argue that, you know, this is looking into the future using, you know, this modern technology. But for me personally, I think I prefer hand engraving. Like, do you remember those Bird edition saxophones?
Yeah, they were amazing.
That were just
Absolutely
unbelievable. But look, this is a remarkable instrument. It does look absolutely spectacular. And going back to what we were saying about the Carworth earlier, I mean, again, it's a statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you want when you're, you know, purchasing an instrument like this. It's something that's going to really stand out in your collection.
Yeah, it's interesting though, isn't it? Because, like, matte black doesn't really sort of have the same sort of like really flashy kind of look to it, because all of the other, you know, more recent Selmas, they've kind of looked, you know, they really stood out. But obviously, matte black, it kind of just is really smart. I think it's really smart, but it doesn't kind of stand out in the same way. Yeah,
a little bit more subtle than some of the others they've done. So
sure.
There we go. So that's the 140th anniversary Selma. So these are already selling very quickly. In fact, this one actually was shipping out to Hong Kong later today. So a very lucky owner is going to receive that probably next week. So enough about this. I've got one bonus saxophone to show you. Something that's actually potentially rarer than both of these instruments. Ooh. Let's have a look at it. Before I show you the final top secret saxophone that we have here in our vault, I need to show you the accessories that the Selma comes with, because these, again, have been really well thought out and are very special. So you get a matte black ligature and cap to go with the instrument. You get a very special Selma concept mouthpiece. I'll get this out for you now. That has little sections of the engraving that you find on the saxophone on it. I believe they're selling these separately as well, right? I think they've made a limited run of these mouthpieces. So head to our website, I'm sure you'll find those on there as well. You also get, well, I don't know if I want to open this. I don't think I will, to be honest with you. But inside here, it feels very weighty. It feels like there's some sort of like metal card. I'd imagine it would have some sort of certification on it with the number, probably a thank you message from Selma Paris for purchasing, you know, one of these limited edition saxophones. So yeah, that's rather exciting. I'm afraid I can't open that for you on camera today because our customer will probably be a bit annoyed seeing that. So we'll save that for him when he gets the instrument. Okay, right, on to the last saxophone. So here we have, debatably, the most exclusive saxophone money can buy. We don't often have these, so I'm really pleased to show you that we have just received another gold-plated Selmer Supreme saxophone. I mean, wow. I haven't seen one of these for a while, and I cannot explain how this shines in the light. You can't really see it in stock images. They just look almost identical. But when you get this out and you just see it reflecting in the light, it shines like nothing else.
Yeah, it's
right?
something different, isn't it?
I mean, this is as opulent as a saxophone can get. In terms of the tone, it's debatable. Some people feel like it gives you an added vibrance, something extra on top of the tone. Others feel like it's more of an aesthetic thing. But either way, if you've got the money and you want the best of the best, it really doesn't get any better than this, does it, Matthew? Would
No,
you
not
say?
at all.
I mean, if you won the lottery, would this be on your shopping list?
Yeah, definitely.
It really is something to behold. And as I said earlier, I mean, these are super exclusive. We wouldn't usually have one of these in stock, but we're lucky to actually have received one from Selmer Paris recently that is available to purchase. It isn't cheap, as you could imagine. I think it's around $20,000.
Expensive.
Yeah, maybe £17,000 or so.
Oh, diggity dog.
So it's not cheap, but look, this is a seriously special instrument. It's something that would just, you could pass down through generations in your family.
It's interesting though, isn't it, Jamie? Because this isn't limited edition, is it?
It's not limited edition, no, but I would argue that this is probably one of the rarest saxophones money can buy. In our company history, I've only seen 3, 4, 5 of these max, I would say. Have you seen many?
I don't think I've ever seen a silver. I don't think I've ever seen a gold Selmer, actually. Not in the London store.
It really is rare. So again, yeah, if you want to see this, we don't usually have it out on the shelf just due to the value of it. Speak to one of our members of staff and they'll happily get it out to show you. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you've hung around this long, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us build this second channel. And if you want to purchase one of these amazing instruments, we have them online. We've got them in store at the moment. So be sure to come in and say hello.